Welcome to Entertainment with Les. James Corden is leaving The Late Show. After bringing happiness, fun, and honesty into our homes for almost 10 years, Late Show. It makes me very sad to see him leave. I'm listing the actual reasons James Corden is quitting The Late Show today. Why do you think, Late Show? James is quitting the show. Let's start with real estate in the comment section. Number 10, in a job interview with a deadline, this is where we are headed. James would reveal to the news organization that he had been debating leaving the program for some time. Firstly, let me say that leaving is a truly difficult choice. I'm so incredibly proud of the program, so James informed the news source that he was thrilled to be renewing his contract for another year as he had always intended. He would perform on the show for about 5 years before quitting. But when he continued, that's when he truly began to consider how there might subsequently be more adventure waiting for him out there in the world. James did in fact admit that he had to take a break during a segment of The Late Late Show. The news when I began my journey, he said. Everything was just going to be a journey and an adventure. I never thought of the show as my ultimate stop, and I never wanted it to go on too long. In any case, it is welcome. I honestly believe that a year from now will be a good time to move on and see what else might be out. I always want to adore making it. James still has a ton of goals and dreams for his future, including writing, which he put off for a very long time out of fear. But he now understood that feeling of terror. He must at least give it a try because of what might occur. Number 9, when the actor first came forward, his family. Speaking on the Drew Barrymore show, he claimed that a conversation with his son Max was what ultimately caused him to resign the late-night program and relocating his family to the UK. I came down the stairs as soon as he stated I was filming on a Sunday. My kid, who was 10 at the time, was sitting on the steps when it was around 6 a.m. "Are you working today?" he asked. I continued by saying I thought after stating that I am his son. Before James said, "I know buddy, it was Sunday. The schedules are completely erratic." James continued to speak with Max after that, which is when he saw his son's face drop, he knew something was wrong. He made the decision to exit the vehicle and inform his wife of his realization. With his son, and they only had 6 more summers, he didn't want to lose another opportunity to be alone with him. James continued by telling Drew that leaving was really the only option. "Well, if I'm going to do this other work, it can't come at the expense of our family or kids, and that's really all there is to it." In the end, it's actually quite sweet. James wants to quit his hectic job in order to spend more time with his family, and I have nothing but the best intentions for his future. If so, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up, so you will never have to miss anything I may mention. So that you are aware, join the channel. Number 8, many people are speculating as Stephen Colbert and James leave The Late Show. If he's genuinely making the decision to leave or if he's just taking. However, in the wake of everything, he has chosen to take the high road in order to avoid further damaging his reputation. The discussions about which everyone is curious. What recently occurred with The Late Late Show and who will take James' place? The Late Late Show, as it is now known, will reportedly come to an end with James leaving on his own. However, it should be noted that at midnight, CBS plans to relaunch the Comedy Central game show. The host of CBS's premier late-night talk show is Stephen Colbert. The revival will reportedly be produced by The Late Show. Chris Hardwick, however, was the host. With the original show airing from 2013 to 2017, it is not anticipated that the original show at midnight will be related to the next show, until Chris was charged with some rather serious charges. The decision of the show to not have him back makes sense. You could ask if Stephen Colbert is taking James' place now. Number 7, many viewers who tune into CBS to watch any late show experience a persistent rash, as James has a propensity to simply get under people's skin, and in the process, many of them find themselves tuning out of the James Corden show for the evening. While it's amusing to observe, he simply won't leave. Many people find James to be very annoying. It's simply shocking that this is what he's done to gain views, considering that he was once this endearing Brit early in his career in America. But with time, his reputation has gotten worse. Thanks to several widely reported occurrences which have affected how many individuals perceive. James is viewed as being conceited and lacking in artistic talent and judgment. James originally gained notoriety in the UK thanks to a well-liked and well-regarded film. James co-wrote and featured in the BBC sitcom Gavin and Stacey, but in the US, he is best known as the charming presenter of the late-night discussion show The Late Late Show with James Corden. His production has, however, essentially been spotty, to put it mildly. However, numerous films and TV shows have received negative reviews from critics and have been deemed to be total duds. He has also allegedly been involved in a lot of private occurrences, which have led many people to wonder whether he is friendly. A true man is accurately portrayed by his public image. Number 6. Conflicts with other celebrities for someone who wants to present the public with an impeccable picture. James Corden hasn't exactly performed to the best of his abilities. Over the years, he has engaged in his fair share of disputes and altercations with other celebrities. In many instances, he hasn't even really come out looking good after the conflict, and many individuals have ended up filing lawsuits against Corden as a result, including well-known celebrities. According to Clash, among the numerous celebrities with whom he has had a falling out are Ricky Gervais, Liam Gallagher, and Rose McGowan. However, the incident with Patrick Stewart in 2010 may be the most upsetting because James was criticized by Patrick for disrespecting award winners while he was introducing a show. It may be said that the celebrity industry is cutthroatly competitive. James has also endured a number of jokes and remarks about his size, which is possibly why he believes what he does. Occasionally pushing boundary trees is acceptable. Number 5. The early roles were dreadful. James Corden's career got off to a good start with his performance as Smithy in The Prestigious. According to BBC, Gavin and Stacey are well liked in his home. As Corden gained popularity, the situation in the country would quickly deteriorate. Then, it seemed like he agreed. He accepted every job offer that came his way without giving it any thought, which led to him having numerous failures, including some very terrible films like Cinderella the Prom, The Emoji Movie, and Maybe. James's worst performance to date, despite what James claimed, came from the film Cats. He would subsequently acknowledge that he did not regret getting involved. He wasn't likely to ever view the movie himself. It is absurd because, in order to be an artist, you must be the owner of your own work and must love and appreciate it. Now that James is a well-known actor, he will encounter both accomplishments and failures when it comes to Cats. Many celebrities' reputations were damaged as a result of their involvement in the film. Therefore, it wasn't actually a bad enough role to lower his ratings. However, it might be the reason he's temporarily stepping away from the spotlight. Number 4. Terrible humor and taste. James' love of the spotlight and his attempts to be funny occasionally have led him into some pretty deep holes because he has a terrible habit of failing to read the room with his poor joke choices, and many of his jokes have been known to fall flat or possibly even cause outright negative reactions. His worst failure occurred in 2017 while James was the master of ceremonies at a research benefit at the Gate in Los Angeles. He attracted considerable criticism after making an apparent attempt to appear edgy. He chose to bring up a scandal involving a famous movie producer and then made a string of offensive jokes about the disgraced director's offenses. James did appear and express regret for his lack of compassion. "I wasn't attempting to downplay Harvey's excused behavior when he said that." He continued by saying that he wasn't attempting to humiliate anyone who Harvey had injured. He was probably simply trying to embarrass Harvey, though. The joke simply wasn't proper to tell anywhere. Even now, it continues to draw a lot of unfavorable criticism. James may be leaving to give himself more time to think about the harm he has done, so he can perform better in the future. Number 3. James made an appearance in a television commercial for a vehicle insurance advertisement on British television. James is seen paving the way. That scene, where a flock of sheep are blocking a country road, is reminiscent of Moses parting the Red Sea at the conclusion of the advertisement. He even continued by claiming to be the sheep whisperer. The commercial undoubtedly had the potential to be memorable for many viewers. People who have seen the advertisement claim that no matter how many times they see it, it never manages to amuse or entertain them. Instead, they claim that every time it appears on television, it just makes them more irritated. James was forced to admit that by all the negative coverage the advertisement received, even he has succumbed to his own hype and admits that occasionally he might be a bit much. So perhaps he's just retracing his steps, so he can avoid the spotlight and refrain from acting in ways that could further damage his reputation. Number 2. False identity. James Corden's portrayal of a likable Brit has been endearing to see on television. Some people have said that his private behavior is less than ideal. There are far too many instances where the good guy public persona has given way to a more conceited and vindictive side of him. James' behavior has given him more and more a nasty guy, which is how others perceive him. One allegation made by writer, comedian, and podcaster Jack Allison was when Corden attended the Writers Guild Associating meeting specifically to advocate for lowering the pay of late-night riders. He has been caught on numerous occasions acting inappropriately towards his employees. Even in restaurants, James has been caught acting inappropriately. And over the past number of years, both servers and other customers have been making these remarks. Let's not forget that he is also accused of acting inappropriately during an incident on a plane. He is extremely antisocial and has never been able to publicly express regret for his behavior. Number 1. James Corden's talk show's Carpool karaoke portion deserves special note because it has developed into such a self-indulgent feature. James has also taken the time to drive around and pick up famous people to point out. They occasionally yell and sing along to their favorite songs. The entire event simply gives off the impression of being frequently produced. It doesn't help that no one is actually driving the car in real life, it also has a somewhat fake feel to it. Adele sings in the final Carpool karaoke episode, which is actually just getting pulled across town. Adele makes us all cry as she wakes up James Corden to bring him to his farewell concert. It would demonstrate how much James relied on Adele to assist him in more than just coping, but address all of the criticism he faced in Louisiana as a result of his impolite behavior in the final Carpool karaoke episode. That concludes this video, I suppose. I wish you a fantastic day full with sunlight. And don't forget to watch the next video. And I'll see you in the following one. Many thanks.